If you have a bank account or use a debit card, you need to watch out because scammers are using less than $1 to wipe out your bank accounts in minutes.
Investigators say thieves were checking to see if his account was active before cleaning it out.
News 6 investigator Mike Holfeld spoke with the man who lost about $150,000.
I immediately filed a fraudulent claim thinking, okay, it'll be taken care of.
His business checking account shows a random string of deposits, all under $1, each withdrawn the same day. The small withdrawals suggest a test, and then the bombshell. A flurry of big cash withdrawals siphoning just under $150,000.
Not so much are you going to be a victim, it's when you're going to be a victim, what do you do?
Now, this scam is super sneaky because the scammers is actually giving you money in order to test your accounts and then set you up to take them over.
My jaw about hit the floor, and I was like, what?
Let not one, not two, but, all of these transactions go through.
This is how these scammers are setting you up to drain your accounts.
I immediately filed a fraudulent claim thinking, okay, it'll be taken care of.
Robert Bronig is a victim of what federal investigators call a bank account takeover. Look, his business checking account shows a random string of deposits, all under $1, each withdrawn the same day.
If I was on the purchasing end of this, I would want real-time information.
Assistant Special Agent in Charge Jamie Krakowski tells News 6, in theory, someone was in the market for stolen bank accounts. And in this case, it looks like Robert Bronig's account was for sale.
As fast as money comes in, it goes out.
The small withdrawals suggest a test, and then the bombshell. A flurry of big cash withdrawals siphoning just under $150,000.
Who authorized the transfer? Who did this?
Nobody can answer that. That's the questions that I keep asking Wells Fargo.
Wells Fargo's response was a denial to refund the money transferred business to business because he needed to notify them no later than the second business day after that transaction. That means a little over $124,000 may never be returned.
That's a lot of money, but that's not what's eating me apart. It's eating me apart that you can't trust the banks with your own money anymore. What do you do?
Now, there are financial institutions like PayPal, for instance, that might deposit small amount of money in your accounts when you're using their services. And this is designed to check if that account is valid and open. But now these scammers have gotten smart and use the same tactic in order to check if your account is open and then steal your money.
I was the victim of a banking scam, so let me tell you about it so that you can be aware to not have it happen to you. I was looking at my bank account, and I had 3 different 1-cent deposits from companies I didn't recognize. Now, these weren't companies taking money. These were people putting a penny in my account, which is weird. Sometimes you do some kind of verification or link up some kind of an account, a PayPal or whatever online, and you do a small deposit first. But in this case, I hadn't done anything. So I called I did not recognize the companies. One of them looked like a legitimate payroll company that I was not associated with. But I called Bank of America, and they said what happens is if your routing and account number are compromised, what they will do is they will put small deposits in to verify that it's valid and the transaction goes through as a test. And then they'll come back and they'll do a debit or pay a power bill or pay some kind of bill with an ACH and take money out. So what they helped me do is they helped me freeze the account from any money going out. And then what I did is I moved money elsewhere and ultimately shut that account down and reopened a new checking account. So heads up, if you see small deposits, even if it's a deposit coming in, someone giving you money, you might think, how are they scamming you if they're giving you money? But watch out for that.
Now, this scam is called an account takeover. And this is where these criminals try to take over your bank account. And once they take control, they can have full access to your funds. Now, this isn't the only way that these criminals are taking this approach. They're also creating checks. So when they get your banking information, they'll make fake checks and then try to withdraw all your funds.
My jaw about hit the floor, and I was like, what? You've got to be kidding me. Something bad wrong here.
An 82-year-old widower and his daughter trying to make sense of a string of counterfeit checks.
All of his money was gone.
Based on this comparison, the forged signatures are far from perfect, yet good enough to drain Curtis E. Johnson's checking account in the blink of an eye last November.
They let not one, not two, but, all of these transactions go through.
The checks were paid to the order of a woman they'd never heard of, sent to a Navy Federal Credit Union account in Fayetteville, North Carolina.
There are transactions at a pub in Fayetteville, North Carolina for $1,469.
How much money are we talking about that was actually stolen from your father?
Over $52,000.
News 6 shared the paper trail in the Johnson case with the U.S. Secret Service Orlando office. We're told it's a classic case of what law enforcement refers to as bank account takeovers.
It's not so much, are you going to be a victim? It's when you're going to be a victim, what do you do?
Special Agent in Charge Caroline O'Brien Buster says agents are currently investigating more than 30 bank account takeovers in Central Florida alone.
Account takeover is it's identity theft.
In this case, agents say the woman who endorsed the checks may be a so-called money mule, unknowingly used by identity thieves to move stolen money.
Until the investigation is completed, we won't know, all the facts.
What we do know is Johnson, a former Marine, always depended on his wife to balance the books and pay the bills. When she passed away, he assumed the account was solvent, the bills still being paid.
You've got to monitor your banking, your credit cards, your savings, everything. It's up to you.
I don't want this to happen to anybody else.
Now, how are these criminals getting your information? Many a times they are getting your information from the dark web, where your information could have been exposed through a data breach. And they're getting them from skimmers and scammers at local places that you may shop, like even Walmart or your grocery store are going to get gas. Now, in those cases, usually with your debit card is how they're getting that information from a skimmer. And now when they get this information, they're able to construct a plan to do an account takeover. This is why it is important with my elite credit system. We use smart credit, which give you $1 million worth of fraud protection for you and your family. And with Money Manager, they actually give you alerts that you can set up for any suspicious activity for your bank accounts. And with my elite credit system, users like Greg is getting great results. He was able to remove a collection within 12 days off of his credit report. So if you want that help from me with my AI software and credit coaching, the link is in the description of the video and in the pinned comment section. And additionally, you can set up your own bank alerts for your bank accounts with text alerts and also email alerts. You need to set that up with your bank, and always make sure you don't keep all your money in one bank account. It's best to use various banking institutions, and just in case one of those institutions have a data breach or their information get corrupt by hackers. And so you don't have the threat of losing all of your money. And you may want to keep your credit reports locked, because these scammers are getting a lot of information on you, believe it or not, from the dark web. So that will stop them from opening up credit accounts in your name. And if you find out that you have one of these situations of an account takeover or any kind of fraud, it is also good to get a police report, because many of these scammers, once they get your information, they pay for it and they don't want to let it go that easy. And they will continually try to even use your information in the future. So you want to have the proof just in case this comes down the road, even years to come, that you've been a victim of this scam and identity theft. So hopefully this information is helpful. If you have any questions or any comments, leave it in the comments section. More detailed questions, you can go to my website and all your questions go directly to my cell phone. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned.